Good afternoon, family and friends. Our weekly message coming out from Our Lady of the Valley and Holy Cross churches. Welcome to the 5th week of Easter. Yes, we are still within the Easter season. We have a couple more weeks to go until we get to Pentecost and bring the Easter festival to a close. But even during the Easter season, we celebrate the feasts of the saints. And today is the feast of Saint Athanasius. Now, might not be a saint we think that much of. Athanasius comes to us from the 4th century. He was a bishop of Alexandria, Egypt, and he was a major player at the Council of Nicaea. And while we might not think of Athanasius on a daily basis, we do acknowledge him every Sunday when we gather to celebrate the Eucharist, when we stand to recite the Creed, particularly the line in the Creed that says, consubstantial with the Father. That comes from St. Athanasius, who stood at the Council of Nicaea to defend the whole notion that Jesus is truly God and truly man, that he was truly God and truly human. But sometimes it's easy for us to think of Jesus as the human person, and at other times it's easy for us to think of Jesus as God. But sometimes it gets a little confusing, because even throughout the scriptures, Jesus referred to himself as the Son of God. But it was Athanasius we have to thank for bringing that all together as a formal teaching of our church, that Jesus is truly God and truly human, consubstantial with the Father, as our current translation says. So today we honor St. Athanasius, and we acknowledge him literally every Sunday when we gather to celebrate the Eucharist, even though we don't mention him by name. But as we continue to celebrate this Easter festival, we'll have more saints in the coming weeks, particularly a special one for us here in the United States next week. But first, I want to thank all of those who have volunteered so far to help us at our annual family festival. It's so wonderful to get those green volunteer forms back. And again, thank you for all those who have volunteered. Some of you for more than one shift. We have a couple of people who are literally volunteering every day. So if by chance you have not gotten your volunteer forms back yet, please get them in as soon as possible so we know we have a full roster of volunteers for the week of the festival, because it takes so many hands working together to make our festival a success. And you know, we always want it to be very successful here for our parishes, because it helps with so many of the projects we do and so many of the charities and ministries are involved in. So get those volunteer forms back. Also, get your raffle tickets back. Right now, the raffle is up to $11,000. I want to see how high we can get it before the actual festival begins on Tuesday, May 14th. So we have a wonderful, large amount going into the festival. Because you know, it grows daily during the festival up until that final half hour before we do the drawing on Sunday. You know, I think a lot of people think if I get my ticket at the very end, it'll be in the bin and it'll be one of the ones drawn. But you know, we mix it up constantly during the drawing. So get those raffle tickets back. Let's see how high we can get the raffle this year to assist us here at Our Lady of the Valley and Holy Cross. As always, we finished the registration for next year's Faith Formation program. Thank you for all those who re-registered your children. But we need more catechists. In order to make the program a success, we need catechists to assist in the classrooms. As I've mentioned before many times, the most important thing we do as Roman Catholics is pass the faith on to the generations that come after us. So if by chance you could volunteer as a catechist for the coming year, anything from grades 1 through grade 11 and 12, we very much appreciate it. So just contact the parish offices and we'll get information and figure out what is the best grade for you to be in this coming year as a catechist teacher in our Faith Formation program. It was so wonderful last weekend to begin the celebrations of First Holy Communion. We had children receiving their First Holy Communion at the 5 p.m. Mass on Saturday and at the 10 a.m. Mass on Sunday, as along with the 12 noon Mass on Sunday. And that will continue again this coming weekend. We have children at the 5 p.m. on Saturday, children at the 10 a.m. and the 12 noon on Sunday. So as I mentioned last week, I know many of us are creatures of habit. We like to sit in the same place. But during the celebrations of First Communion, the several rows in the front of the church, on both sides of the church, will be reserved for the children and their families. And so please make note of that when you come to church this weekend. First Communions, I always think, are the most wonderful time during the Easter festival in any parish, where we welcome children to the table of the Lord for the first time, the first of many times receiving Holy Communion during our life. So the coming days, pray for the children who will be receiving their First Holy Communion this coming weekend. And the weather's supposed to be very nice. It's beautiful out today. I'm not sure what it's going to be on the weekend, but pray for good weather, and remember, continue to pray for good weather during our week of our festival. Happy Easter, happy Feast of St. Athanasius, and we'll see you this weekend.